Hey everybody! In today's tutorial, I just want to show you a new masking product that I just tried thanks to my friend Dina, who is our artist in residence at Split Coast Stampers. And it's the first tape type barrier I've ever used with watercolor that actually maintains a barrier and lets me get a nice crisp line on my watercolor. It's a very not glamorous product. It's just frog tape from Home Depot or Lowe's. It's a painter's tape, but it for me works so much better than the blue painter's tape, which has some kind of natural little ridges in it that don't form a good barrier. And so I wanted to put a lot of water down today and just show you how well this product works. And I'm really happy with it. Please pardon my cedar pollen voice. I'm not sick, just don't sound that great because I live in the allergy capital of the world. Happens to me this time of year every year. So I'm just putting a lot of water down first. I'm going to make a very abstract flower. So I put the water down first, and then I'm adding my koi watercolor onto the water just so that it will move around on its own and give me some organic color puddles. And then I like to go in with yellow. I find that the yellow in this set pushes the red pigment around and gives me some interesting bleeds on the flower. I mean, I'm not really saying it's a rose, it's just a big blob of color, but you know what I mean? It can give you that sort of light quality that a rose has. Now I put a lot of water down, and so it's sort of pooling, and this is great for my experiment because it's pooling up against the tape. So you'll really be able to see if I'm telling the truth about this product when I pull the tape off. I actually did this twice before I filmed this video because I couldn't believe how well it maintained a crisp barrier. And I was afraid that I would sit down to film a video and it wouldn't work for you, but now I'm confident. I've done it a few times and I really am super impressed. The packaging for this tape is a little odd. It comes in a big plastic box instead of just being shrink wrapped. The box is sitting on my desk. I'm trying to figure out if I should throw it away or if I can, do something crafty with it. But I thought that was pretty interesting. It comes in a couple different widths. They do sell it at all the big home improvement stores. I found better prices on Amazon. I will link you to that. Now, I know my flower doesn't look like much at this point. I promise it really will when I'm done. This is the point where people give up on watercolor. They say, well, that's just a big pink blob. It doesn't look like anything. But you'll make peace with the blobs and you'll make some beautiful abstract flowers that if anyone else painted them, you would think they were wonderful. But when you're painting them yourself, you tend to be a little bit more critical. So now I'm going to put the sky in, or just some blue in the background. And again, I'm going right up against this tape. This is something I've tried many times with Eclipse masking tape, with blue painter's tape, and never had any luck. Usually I have to just go with masking fluid if I want to be sure no color is going to get on there. But I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling confident. So I'm painting right up to the tape. I'm going to add a little bit more pigment. This sort of gives me that cloud look in the background that I talked about in my last video, and I really like the way it looks. I realized I needed some deeper reds in the flower just to give a little bit more dimension and shadow. So I just came back in with the same color but less water and just added some kind of circular shapes that would mimic that feel of a rose. And here you go. Now you can find out if I'm telling the truth or not. You always want to kind of pull down like I'm doing here. The other thing that I think is kind of magical about this tape is it does not damage the surface at all. Even though it's giving you that super tight bond against the paper, and it's a nice smooth tape and so nothing leaks, you would think that it would rip your watercolor paper. And Fabriano, I have to say, the Fabriano hot press does tend to get torn by some other masking methods. So all in all, I count this a huge success. And it's economical and easy to find. And I hope that it works for you. I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for watching.